Hey, what's up everyone? This is Music Tech Help Guy and welcome to part 10 of my Session Players and Chord Track Explored course. In this video, I want to demonstrate some arrangement techniques using the session players, the chord track, markers, and some helpful editing functions you may not have known about. The chord track in particular makes building out your musical arrangements even easier than ever. The chords can be easily copied and pasted from one section over to another. Before we get started, let me quickly tell you about the sponsor of this video, Boombox. Boombox provides a comprehensive solution for file storage, sharing, and collaboration for musicians, bands, artists, producers, and mix engineers. You can upload audio files, stems, mix bounces, and complete DAW sessions. You can invite collaborators who can then leave time-stamped feedback on your tracks. Use Boombot AI, which is a virtual co-writer equipped with AI tools such as stem extraction, vocal removal, and MIDI idea generation. Create a custom artist page with your own branding and logo, and leverage Boombox to connect with new collaborators and clients from around the world. Explore boombox.io today to get 4 GB of free storage or upgrade to one of their premium plans for expanded storage space and additional pro-grade features. So in previous videos, I created a 4-bar intro, an 8-bar verse, a 4-bar pre-chorus, and then an 8-bar chorus. What I want to do at this point is I actually want to take the pre-chorus and double the length on it. I know I changed that earlier, but I'm going to go back and just extend that out by 4 bars, just like so. And once again, you can press Option to click and drag and duplicate your chord progressions. You can also join 2 different chord progressions together if you like, just by selecting both of them and holding Shift, and then right-click or Control-click, and then you can group those chords together as a single progression. Now, what I should also do is I should add in some markers. So in my global track here, again, you just press G to hide and show your global track. You can click the plus button here to add a marker, and I'll just call this intro. And then if I tab over with the left or right greater than or less than brackets, you can also hold Shift to sort of navigate over by 8 bars at a time. So that's just a cool trick that I use for that. And then to actually create another marker, instead of clicking here, you can press Control Option apostrophe. That'll create a new marker. So we'll call this verse 1, tab over by 8 bars, Control Option apostrophe. We'll name this pre-chorus, tab over, and then add another marker, and we'll call this chorus, just like so. And then you can also colorize your markers. So if you press Option C, this brings up your color palette. Let's make the intro like a yellow, orange color, the verse, pre-chorus, and chorus. So they're all different colors now. And let's say that I want to copy everything from verse 1 through the chorus one more time. If you use the bar snap mode and then set the range of the cycle range or the locators, it doesn't matter whether the cycle range is on or off, but select that whole range and then go up to Edit, Cut Insert Time, and you can cut the section between the locators. You can also copy, but you can also repeat section between locators. What that'll do is repeat that whole thing one more time. This includes all the chord progressions, the regions, along with the markers. So let's name this verse 2. And then how are we doing on time in this song? We're at 1:48 here, so that's pretty good. What I'm going to do here is for 8 bars, I'm going to put a bridge right here. So I'll create another marker. I'll call it bridge, and I'll even colorize this a little differently than the others, just like so. And then 8 bars later, I want to jump back into the chorus again. So what I'm going to do is drag over the chorus, go to Edit, Cut Insert Time, and then select Copy Section between locators. And then I can, with the playhead right here at 61, I can insert the section at the playhead, just like so. And I'm going to do it one more time because the final chorus I want to be like a double chorus. So it's going to go twice. And by the way, if you want to shorten up the length of your last marker, if you hold Command and click on it, it'll trim it up. So we're just going to have a double chorus here. And maybe because this is a final like double chorus, maybe what I want to do is just extend these top 3 out, but then the bottom one, I'm going to duplicate it and I'm going to pull up the complexity the last time around just to give it some more variation. And again, this is a really quick way to add variation to your section so it's not just the same thing over and over again. Maybe even here in the second chorus, maybe I pull the complexity down a little bit, or maybe I'll pull it up a little bit here, and then the first one I'll pull it down a little bit. So again, we're varying those patterns, and you can do that with any of the session players. Now, if we want to create like an end, like just like one final note, I'm going to create one last marker, and I'll just call this end. What you can do is one of two things. You can either create a new pattern region and then just create one final chord. So like A minor is going to be our final chord, right? You can turn off your bar snap and you can trim up that final session player region. And then I can do the same thing here. Add another one. In fact, the percussionist, I don't need anything there. The bass, same thing. I'm just going to delete everything but the first note. Same thing for the piano as well. And then this one, I'll just say no complexity and pull up the intensity. Yeah, so it'll just do something like that. Now, that's not like a great ending or anything, but what you can then do is you can convert these to MIDI and you can customize that last chord. So if you want the chord to, sort of be extended out for a couple of bars, you can do that. You can do the same thing with the bass. I can pull this open, pull that note out. Okay, let's build a bridge section here. Now, the song's in A minor. The chorus progression starts on the 1 chord on A minor 7. So let's go to a different chord. Let's sort of shift our focus away from the 1 chord for a bit. Now, if you're not like really great with building chord progressions, one thing that you can do is just start with 1 chord. It doesn't matter what it is. And then right click and go to chord progressions or control click. And you can choose different pre-built chord progressions. So I want something that doesn't start on 1. So let's try this 6-4-1-3 progression here in the bridge. And what I'll do is I'll add in the pad. And sometimes what you'll see is it actually loads up like a drummer in the place of a pad. Just turn off change patch. And then instead of acoustic drummer, go to keyboard player, go to simple pad. There we go. Now, if I want this same thing on the piano, I can just hold Option and drag it up. But this one, let's choose a different preset here. In fact, you know what, for this, let's go to the arpeggiated one. Except I accidentally changed the instrument there. I didn't mean to do that. Once again, it's just goes to show you got to make sure you turn off that change patch if you don't want to change patches. So let's change up these last 2 chords. I definitely want to end on E minor 7 because that's the 5 chord. And then instead of doing the 1 chord here, let's do D minor 7 here. And then here we'll do a G chord. I'm going to add another session drummer region up here. Just shorten up the region to just be 1 note, just so there's a little crash in there. right, there you go. So that is arrangement building with the chord track, session players, and markers. In the next video, I'm going to go through this arrangement and I'm going to customize some of these session players because there are certain spots where I don't like the fill that it's done. I don't like its, rhythmic choice. I don't like, what it's doing in the voicing of the piano or whatever. So there are definitely some things in here that I want to customize, and this is how I recommend using session players. I don't recommend just putting it out there and going with it. I recommend converting to MIDI and then dialing in some of these performances to taste. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. As always, thank you so much for the support, and thanks for watching.